Tim and Finn have been traveling around the world for 5 years. Due to a global pandemic, they're now in need to call one place home. But the two of them can't seem to agree on a few key elements of the property.
See, I'm looking for something with maybe 4 to 6 walls.
And that's a lot of walls. Really, at the end of the day, we need a roof. And then the rest is kind of nice to have.
Tim and Finn haven't needed a house in years. After getting married in 2015, they headed out on a year-long honeymoon around the world. But they ran out of money, and it was back to the States to build a remote business that could sustain their life of travel. After living abroad, Tim and Finn have decided they need a home base back in the US. Don't worry, like many of us in this quarantine world, they can't wait to get back on a plane and start exploring again. Tim and Finn in their mid-30s are considering moving their childhood things out of their parents' homes. They've narrowed their search to Florida's west coast near Tim's parents' retirement home.
Florida would be an amazing place to live because it's home to Orlando. And now that I'm almost 40 years old, I'm thinking about becoming one of those adults who's just a little bit too into Disney.
I'm from Michigan. Tim's from Illinois. We live together in both Chicago and Indianapolis. Why Florida, you ask? Are you kidding?
We have been considering buying a house in the States for about a year now. Our Amazon business is doing really well, so it was never really an option for us. You know, full-time travel is inexpensive when it's your only expense, but to have a mortgage on top of full-time travel never made sense, but now it is for us.
I was kind of against it at first, but I could see how after coming home from a trip, it might be nice to go to our own place instead of back to our parents' basements. Yes, we can get a house. I think I still need to rein you in a little bit.
See, I'm looking for something with maybe 4 to 6 walls.
And that's a lot of walls. Really, at the end of the day, we need a roof. And then the rest is kind of nice to have.
We're thinking this might be a challenge along our house hunting.
I hope we don't butt any heads out there.
Potentially not agreeing on Finn's request for walls, the couple will be looking for a place to live outside their parents' basements when they're in the States.
I think my wish list is pretty simple. I'm looking for a place with not too many roosters in the trees. I like my sleep. I also would like a place with, internet speeds at least equivalent to Vietnamese jungle. And I think the third thing, and this might be a stretch, not too many walls to paint.
I've already told Allison that I'm never painting anything again in my life. In the most positive way ever, I'm done with painting.
I sure do hate painting.
Tim, that sounds impossible to find. In addition to the 4 to 6 walls, I'm also looking for a house with drinkable tap water. I've always just had a real problem with those water jugs that are delivered. And then the other item on my wish list is I'm really looking for a house with privacy from birds.
Birds? The most important items on the wish list, though, don't even belong to us. Let's get Pepper up here.
Honey, what would you like to see in a house?
Oh yeah, smart. That's a good idea too. Well, let's go find it.
Happen. Ready?
1, 2, 3, find it!
During this global pandemic and not able to visit homes during quarantine, Tim and Finn know they may not find everything they're looking for. Unless you're suffering from severe short-term memory loss, you may remember Tim and Finn are shopping for a home in Southwest Florida. But due to a global pandemic, their home search is limited to shopping on the internet.
Okay, Tim, come look at these houses.
Whoa.
Okay, so I think I've narrowed it down to 3. Here's Granny's house. Do you like it? Okay, so there's potable water.
That's a huge plus.
Yeah, and look at this pool.
Well, Pepper was after a pool, but it looks like a lot of painting.
Yeah, I think we might have to paint here, but we'll just have to go off of the photos because it's too bad we can't see this house.
I sure do like shopping for houses on the internet.
There's
Whoa, that one's
this
great
one.
too, yeah.
Yeah, this oceanside retreat. I really like the pool here too.
It's got a lot of walls. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to reach everywhere, but it is nice, and it's a mansion on the ocean.
Yeah, that one might be my favorite, I think. There's this one too. It's a rustic open floor plan.
Not too much painting there. No, not at all.
Right, and I think we can see this one during quarantine. You want to check it out?
Let's go look at this thing.
All right.
Due to the rustic nature of house number 3, the rustic open floor plan, Tim and Finn are able to explore the property and discuss the items on their wish list.
Well, I mean, it is really spacious.
It is an open floor plan.
It certainly is that. No roof though, that's tough.
Tim, I really did want those 4 to 6 walls.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the craziest thing. And the potable water, that's gonna be tough out here.
Yeah. This is a no from me.
Yeah, that's fair. Snakes are nice.
If you're still watching, that means you haven't noticed we've stretched 2 minutes of content into a 22-minute show with 8 minutes of commercials. But hey, it's cable television, you weren't expecting much anyway. So I'd like to tell you about Tim and Finn, who while shopping for a house in Southwest Florida have recently narrowed it down to 3 options. House number 1, Granny's house that needs more paint than Tim would prefer, but the drinkable tap water that Finn is looking for. House number 2, the oceanside retreat that has privacy from birds, but maybe not the strong Wi-Fi connection they require for their online business. Or house number 3, the rustic open floor plan that suited Tim's needs but left Finn disappointed and wishing for walls.
This is a no from me.
Needy Finn's been pushing for a home with walls,
See, I'm looking for something with maybe 4 to 6 walls.
while minimalist Tim is comfortable calling the jungle home.
The second thing I'd like is internet service with speeds equivalent to what I can find in the middle of a Vietnamese jungle.
After checking out all of the houses, Tim and Finn sit down to discuss all options, but they have quite the surprise in store.
Hey Finn, I was just using my smartphone to access the internet. This guy Rick on YouTube said he checked out our Amazon. Apparently, business hasn't been going as well for us as we thought.
Are you saying we have less money than we think?
It's a lot worse than that. We might have even made negative dollars.
Well, good thing we have YouTube comments to help us manage our finances. I guess that rules out house number 2, Oceanside Retreat. I suppose it just narrows down our options.
With the Ocean Mansion no longer a choice due to advice from an online financial advisor, Tim and Finn prepare to dial up the drama for the sake of reality television as they discuss the remaining 2 options.
House number 3 is still my favorite. Well, it didn't have a roof, it did have a huge yard for throwing a frisbee, and a great school district for Pepper.
Yeah, but Tim, every time I've been picturing this house, I've been picturing it with a roof and walls. Mm-hmm. And you know, Pepper did have a pool on her wish list too.
Oh yeah. Maybe we just ask Pepper.
Tim and Finn are already enjoying their move into house number 1, Granny's house, and most importantly, their dog Pepper is living her best life. Up next on Homecation, it's a house tour show like you've never seen before. Next Sunday, it's MTV Cribs. Then, at 5, HGTV's newest smash hit show, Flip This Dream Reno Property Fixer-Upper listed Brothers on a Dime.
We have been considering buying a house now for about a year, a house in the States. Okay, yeah. Amazon business has been doing great, and
That's why I'm here though. Shit. You know me, I hate painting.
you do hate painting.
Sure. Don't like it.
And then besides the 4 to 6 walls, the other things that I'm looking for. Smile. Okay. I can see you. Hide my hair.
Look at that.
Okay, I'll put my hair in the way. Should we say it on 3?
1, 2, 3.
Granny's house!
Amazing!
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I do want to go build a snowman. Florida's gonna be a great place to Florida would be an amazing place to live because guess what?
I'm from Michigan. Tim's from Illinois. We live together in both Chicago and Indianapolis. Why Florida, you ask? I mean...
Okay, hold on, you know.
Seriously, you threw your neck out?
Okay, one more time.
Finn, I was just using my smartphone to access this internet.
I suppose that just narrows down our options. I was gonna do it after a good take. That one felt good.
Okay, let's do one more.
I haven't taken a shot.
That's fine. Hey Finn, I was just... Hey Finn, I was just... House number 3 is still my favorite. Well, it would have been nice to have a place with a roof. House number 3 is still my favorite. Well, it would have been nice to have a place with a roof. It did have a huge yard for throwing a frisbee, and it's in a great school district, and a great school district for... This is so... Why is this hard? This isn't even hard.